of Tomb of Annihilation, which sees our brave, intrepid heroes finally return from their expedition in the jungles of Chult, bearing lots of treasures and lots of information they've gleaned from various people that they've met. And they arrive back in Port Nyanzaru on their little canoes, which they are sailing at the moment. And I'm going to use this cool map by Jason
Bradley Thompson.
Bradley Thompson. No idea who he is, but it's a very good map. I think it's quite cool and cheesy. It looks like one of those maps you get of, like, your Alton Towers or something at the tourist map. Anyway, and look, there's
For
little
any
blokes
foreign
on.
listeners, Alton Towers is a cheap British rip-off of Disneyland.
Yes, it is. Yeah, cheap, not so good.
Yep.
but it's quite close to me, so that's and it's got loads of cool little blokes on. There's like little cats playing lutes and everything. Okay. So, what's that?
Sorry, I was going to say, is that Alton Towers or the map of Port Nyanzaru?
Oh, Alton Towers has got people dressed up in silly suits and all sorts of stuff going on. Bears and things wandering around. Just because they can't afford Mickey Mouse, probably. They do their own.
They still have those swan boats on the lake that when you go in.
Oh, do you know? I think they got rid of them at one point.
We've lost the option to be sponsored by Alton Towers. There's no use trying to suck up to them now.
Yes, sorry. Alton. Actually, Alton Towers is a good day out. I'm going to stick up for it. It's a laugh.
It's better than Thorpe Park.
Yeah, well, that goes our Thorpe Park sponsorship.
Well.
Which is a southern rip-off of Alton Towers.
Is it? Yeah, but it looks like we're back to nonsense. That didn't last long, did it? Okay, folks.
So we're coming into Port Nyanzaru from the top of the map, aren't we? Because the Shoshan Star River's to the west of the port, yeah?
Yeah, so you're coming in from up here. Not bad.
Yeah.
I'll put a little grid on it, shall I? Grid is to no particular size, but I'll put a little P on or something to represent where the party is.
Could you reshare that map? I closed it because I didn't know we were using it. Thanks.
So at this moment in time, we've got 2 extra canoes that we took with us. We've got the boats of... Yeah, Otyugs. We've got the boats of the Red Wizard who rudely attacked us. And all of the additional gear from his minions, yeah?
Yes, you've got quite a lot of stuff, I think. Quite treasures.
All about
and sorts.
recycling.
You've got a very grumpy looking Red Wizard, yeah.
Yeah. Gagged and still bound. Now, the rulership, the actual law enforcement are the merchant princes, aren't they? They have, or is there a second or additional group that actually does just the law?
You are correct. The law is enforced here by the militia, which are responsible to the merchant princes. It's entirely run through the merchant families. It's got a bit of a strange, unique setup, really.
Which probably means, he said, looking at we have 4. So does that mean they each deal with law enforcement in their own domains?
Correct, yes.
So the fact that we're friends, sort of, with Wakanga Otamu, the arcane stuff guy, we've probably got a better than average chance of getting away with what we did, maybe?
Yeah, would he have a lot against the Red Wizards?
He might do. We can try and find out.
It's maybe a way of figuring out if he's evil.
He had 3 boats with him, didn't he, the Red Wizard, or was it 2?
think it was 2 actually, but I think you had
Yeah, I think it
3,
was
so you've only
2.
got 5.
I thought we started with 4. 2 with one each. We were in 2, and each one had another one tied to it.
Hmm.
And then there was 2 more from, so we should have 6 now.
6 what, sorry?
6 boats.
Oh yeah, we have 6.
Canoe.
We have 6 boats. We had 4 from the original, and then 2 extras, 2 bigger ones
Yeah,
from the Fire Wizard.
I'm calling them boats, not canoes.
Okay, cool. So are you, you're the little S on the map, so I couldn't find a P quick enough. I got bored looking for one, so you can be an S. Where are you going to dock?
Comes after O.
Well,
I
where
think
we
we
come
should
out
dock
of?
in the harbour, because I don't think we can dock anywhere else around that, according to that image.
I'm not even sure where it was we embarked.
You
Right.
set off from there.
Yeah, we embarked from the place where we could embark from. After having gone diving for oysters, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's that number 9 below us looks like it's got its own private dock.
Yeah, the Temple of Soon might have. You'll have to go up through the Temple of Soon.
Do we know anything of the Temple of Soon?
Not in character.
Didn't go there. You've probably heard of Soon though, so I could tell you about Soon if you wish.
Just looks like a lighthouse to me.
Well, we have to row past it, so.
Do you wish to, are you going to get off and have a look? There's lots of priests and priestesses milling about, and it looks like, commoners, locals and visitors are sort of milling around. You can see them at the top on the balconies.
It might be a
And-
bit awkward to drag all the boats through the temple and across the bridge to the mainland.
Okay, drag us across the sea over to the other side.
Well, I mean, presumably we come out wherever the river comes out, which is also the same place we went in, because we went down the river.
Yeah,
River
it's
cr-
off the river. The mouth of the river is actually just off the east of this map, so you've had to make your way around the coast a little.
Okay.
Essentially, on this map, north is down from its alignment. Essentially, we've got to head around the edge of the city to where the undead are pouring out of the jungle.
I think that's best. That's where we left from. That's where we know.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Okay, you'll sail around past various galleons and things who won't really pay you much attention. There are quite a few people go out on canoes fishing and the like. You'll go through this patch here of multicoloured water, and up above you on the cliffside you can see that it looks like it's a dye works.
Bloody
So-
pollution.
Yeah, it is stained bright orange, blue, red, green and yellow depending on what colours are being pumped into the vats that day. There's lots of people, and you can see everybody here who's working on them is completely covered in all this dye stuff. So they are also multicoloured.
Glimmer was keeping an eye on the boats as we went past.
Looks like they're working on fabrics, brightly coloured fabrics, which Chult is famous for, or Port Nyanza is famous for.
I thought it was an oil spill or something. But apparently not.
And you'll finally make your way around to the docks, which is Tiriki Anchorage, which is actually kind of on the mouth of the River Tiriki, the river that you didn't go down, the one that heads down the sort of eastern side of Chult, the one that's been dominated by Fort Belurian and the Iron Fist Gauntlet people. As you come off there, you can see there's pens full of dinosaurs. It's like the dinosaur market just off there. It's a bit like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it says dinosaur pens, but if you don't look closely, it looks like it says something else.
Which would be huge, wouldn't it?
Don't know. I've never seen one.
Not in the flesh, no.
Looking around the dockside, we've got to unload stuff. Stan will start quickly looking for a sort of a merchant, the sort of place you'd sell second-hand goods.
Okay, well, from your previous visit here, I believe you sort of went to the Grand Souk, didn't you? You'll also know of the jewel market, which is a place to sort of buy and sell jewels. The Grand Souk is a place where you can sort of buy and sell sort of hard goods.
I think we went to the Red Bazaar. Yeah,
Didn't we?
we went to the Red Bazaar before as well, because that was literally where our tavern was.
I think you
The
just...
Thundering Lizard, just up the road from it, I think.
Thundering Lizard's kind of around here somewhere, around there.
Yeah, it's just south of Mallows
Yeah.
Throat, or north of Mallows Throat, actually.
It's right beside the Red Bazaar, because Red Bazaar's 18. or 18.
Okay, so you get off and start to make your way inland. So people will start giving you funny looks as you have got this, well, not overly funny, but people will give you glances as you're carrying a wizard bound and gagged with you along with his guard, which I presume you're sort of towing along with you through the streets.
Just a lot. When we giving that guy the opportunity to work off his Badger, you talked to him as Warbling, didn't you? Convinced him to.
To what's it called?
I think back up our story was part of it.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
The guard,
think-
yeah.
Yeah, I think he's less of a prisoner than the Red Wizard.
Collaborate, I think you're
The-
thinking of.
The
Yep,
red...
that's a very good word. Collaborate. That's a very good word.
That's very good. The Red Bazaar, as you then pass it, it's called the Red Bazaar because of the huge slabs of dinosaur meat that are sold here, resulting in buckets of blood that stain the rain-washed gutters. The Red Bazaar sells mostly consumable goods, sort of everyday goods. You've got all sorts of spices and nuts and berries and various fish and meat. More durable goods and luxury items are sold at the Grand Souk.
Essentially, I'm looking for somewhere to sell the extra boats. So probably, if there was someone back at the dock for that, but then the second-hand one is for the additional equipment.
Oh yeah, you're probably best at the docks actually. Okay. As you get off the docks, you'll see there's various traders that are around, going about their daily business, fishermen and people carrying around crates and the like. Are you looking for someone to sell a canoe to?
Yeah, well, I think we'll probably. Should we keep 2 of the canoes because we're probably going to need them again? But essentially, sell the boats and the other 2.
I think we should keep the bigger boats and sell all of these smaller boats because we're going to be going out in the sea and the canoes aren't going to be that great.
Sanders basically, I don't think these boats are suitable for a sea voyage anyway. They are all designed for rivers.
Yeah, but canoes aren't built for seas because the wave will just knock it over.
Indeed, we would need to get another vehicle traveling on the ocean. We can always buy canoes again. We could get rid of all of them at this point if we wish.
We could.
Go via that then. Look for a shipwright, the equivalent who does riverbound vehicles, and see if we can get just some coin. I'm gonna
There'll be a guy there.
particularly haggle.
There's a guy there who's repairing a canoe at the moment.
What time of day is it?
Let's say it's midday. So sort out the calendar.
Just walk up to him and say, "Good day, friend. Are you in the business of purchasing vessels? We have a number of sturdy canoes that have served us well, but we have nowhere to store them, and no further need of them at this time."
I could be. You look like you're fresh from the desert, my friend.
Well, we've just come in.
Or the jungle.
Yeah, they served us well. They are sturdy vessels. 4 reasonable-sized canoes and 2 larger riverboats.
I see.
And gesture where they're currently moored in a sort of tethered situation.
Are you all together at the moment?
Yeah.
I think Gilliman said he was going. I don't know if he's with us though.
No, I'm with everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, Santa will probably do this the first opportunity. We want to leave them hanging around or anything.
I see. And let me see these canoes.
Walk over and show 'em.
He has a look around and says, "This one has marks. It looks like a crocodile, big crocodile."
That would be correct. It was. It was fought off, and as you see, the boat is largely none the worse for the situation.
And what price do you wish for these canoes?
I will allow you to decide these things, my friend. We are travelers, not craftsmen. A reasonable price that you think correct to be good.
And you wish to sell the 5?
There are 6.
I give you 60 gold pieces for them.
Trying to remember how much I paid for the canoes.
You'll remember how much you paid for the canoes. I think you paid 50 each for them.
Could you go as high as 90?
90. I see. I take pity on you. You all look so bedraggled. Yes, okay. 90.
I'll shake on it.
Thank you, my friend. And may I suggest the baths? We have lovely public baths. And he points down the coast past the town hall of gold. And he says they're wonderful baths. You can refresh yourselves there.
Sounds like a good idea.
So
We still have quite a bit of equipment to get rid of, though.
Maybe
I put 90 on the party sheet.
Oh, okay. I'd added it directly. Problem?
Oh, okay. No. You can put it however you wish.
Put it on the
maybe-
party sheet for now. That's fine.
Maybe you don't go and sell stuff for now. I think you've done enough.
Why? We have no use for them. It is just extra funds.
No. I think we can get more money from anyone else doing it. Anyone. Because I do some jewelry in my part time. I think I'll get a better job of it.
As an
Oh, no,
impartial,
definitely deal with the jewelry yourself.
as an impartial arbiter of the universe, I thought Santa was doing a wonderful job. All right,
Thing is,
so
we already actually got paid back for 2 of the. Sindra Silvertusk had already paid us for 2 of the canoes. In fact, no, she paid for all of the canoes. She paid for the canoes already, so it's all just extra.
Okay, and you so feel free to move your token wherever you wish to travel, folks.
Can anybody remember where Wakanga Otamu's base was?
In this big locked off area. Can't remember. It was a big circular place.
You'll remember. I'll be well. I'll say kind, but really your characters are far more likely to remember than us because it's been weeks and we've done other things, and the characters are there. So you will remember that you met him at the yes. You met him at Golden Throne. That's where you met him, which is the council
Number
palace.
4, right.
Dwarves are good at reading maps. I don't know what your problem is.
So we need to go to get cleaned up
Yeah.
after having gotten rid of all of the goods, yes?
Yes. Shall we do what we want to do? Shall we go to the inn first and then go out and do some, selling, blah, 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 and whatever else we need to do, and then meet at the thing at a certain time? Didn't take long. Well, okay. Well, we need to get money then. I don't think we've got enough money for plate armor, do we?
But I think it makes sense to do that in the same place we are looking to get rid of the extra weapons and the like.
We've got extra weapons?
We have all the gear from the guards of this, and the sounded gestures at the Red Wizard.
Shouldn't we get rid of the Red Wizard first?
Well, that's what I was asking about Wakanga's place.
Yes, let's go there.
We should clean up before we go see Wakanga, though.
Don't they have like slave pens here or something? Is this a slave place?
There are slaves, yeah, not as predominant as they have been in the past, but yeah, certainly slaves. And you'll actually, from where you are, you'll be able to hear the cheer of the crowd. It appears like there's some sort of event happening in the arena in the Colosseum.
Well, if we want to do anything with that, we need to hand him over to the authorities.
So, what are you doing? Oops, I forgot to run the VLC. Doe.
Ooh, that's why I didn't hear anything.
Turn the stream on, shall we?
So I think we might, well, I don't assume we have to go to the Golden Throne in order to hand someone over to the authorities, do we?
Nope, there are, in fact, just near the mouth of the throat of Maelor, or Maelor's throat, you know that there's a militia outpost there from where you were fighting earlier.
So we can drop this criminal off on our way.
And the stream's up. So yeah, you want to take him there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to you, Bowling. And you...
I say, oh, I see Nanny Poo Poo.
What? Seriously?
Where?
She
Where?
just vanished into that crowd over there, and I point to where I saw her.
What? Where?
We'll head that direction.
Yeah, I
No,
remember
we don't want to head that
that.
direction.
You just told me Nanny Poo Poo's over there.
Yeah, but she remember last time? It was so bad.
Lionel seems to get a fire in his eyes and fearlessly, no fear, stomps over in that direction. Make me a perception roll there, please. Lionel, into the tower if you would, please.
Damn it. Well, I can tell you what the result is now.
You
the
might get a
tower.
natural 20.
Wait for the laugh then. Sorry, what was it? Perception?
Yep.
Sorry, my tower's covered up. I can't find it. There it is.
So what? All right, you stomp over and the crowd sort of parts before you because you're a big lad with a really determined stride, and people tend to get out of your way. But you look through. I mean, you're on the edge here of the Red Bazaar, and there's a lot of people about. There's people hawking, shouting stuff. There are monkeys scampering around, parrots, all sorts of things going on. You look around. There's a throng of people moving about. You can't see Nana Poo Poo anywhere. Glimmet, yeah, you have a look round. Should be in the tower, Glimmet, if you don't mind. But
Oh, sorry. Well,
Alright. Glimmet doesn't spot anything either, then.
I, quite frustrated and annoyingly, stomp back to where the others are.
Okay. Lionel
Are you
there.
sure you saw her?
I'm sure she was over there, but she went into the crowd, so I don't know if I.
Well, we'll be on our guard. It's a big city. Let's just deal with what we need to deal with first.
Perhaps we need to bring this to the authorities as well. Warn them.
You sure it wasn't just any old woman?
Well, she's gone now, so we'll keep our eyes open from now on. But she was here.
Well then, do you
The-
not joke about that sort of thing?
I did joke about any.
Yeah, just don't. Unless it's really funny, of course.
Funny, unless it's really funny. Okay.
just go and speak with Wakanga. No, there are no doubt there are other red wizards around, and I would not like to be seen dragging their friend towards justice.
A good point, Glimmet. We deal with this.
As you
There
get
are more
closer,
of these red wizards. There are more of these red wizards.
There are always more. They rule a great empire.
That is a long way away.
Not if you have magic.
Is this well known, by the way? So would I know this sort of thing?
I think it's basic geography. The Red Wizards of Thay. Thay is a very large empire to the east.
And the story of them probably has been very famous. You wouldn't know. I don't know if you know what happens in Fae, but you'd know of Fae.
Okay, right.
yeah,
So forget that question then.
Yeah, it's like not knowing about China. That's size.
Fair enough.
Possibly
I
more the
didn't
Middle
answer that. Well, I am a bit stupid actually, so maybe,
East.
maybe I don't know about they.
my friends, it is good to see you again, says a voice of a guard from the militia tower next to the gate. It seems he remembers you from your earlier encounter with the undead zombies who came here, and you came to the assistance of the garrison and helped put a stop to that incursion on that night. I see you have been out in the jungle, it looks. And what is this? You have a prisoner? You remember him, Barlin, yeah?
Let Glimmet talk about the prisoner, about magic.
Well, he still has his robes on. I'll say we have a bandit he assailed us up on the river, and rather than deliver our own justice, we thought there might be some to be found in this court.
He had a number of undead with him as well. He may be in league with Razni.
Rosny. Undead. And you'll see him eye the red robes and the bald tattooed shaven head that the wizard's got. And he looks a little nervous, and he's a bandit, you say. He doesn't look like an ordinary bandit.
His actions belie his clothing. He attacked us. That's what can I say? He may wear the badge of some great empire, but he's a simple criminal.
Very well. Well, if you wish to hand him over to us, we'll see that justice is done.
We also have his witness. I say and sort of point towards the guard.
The guard, is you ungag him? Or was he gagged in the first place? He'll look at you and look at the red wizard, and he says, I don't, it was all a bit of a haze. I don't really remember what happened. There was a fight, a big fight, and they captured us.
Can I intimidate the guy sort of, but in a subtle way?
Oh yes, you're good at that.
Sort of just give a very menacing glare or something.
Like I'm gonna gut you.
Oh, wait, I've got inspiration. I'm gonna use it.
Well, you should use it beforehand, but go ahead. Feeling kind. That's better.
Yay.
Okay, so yeah, but in future, if you declare the inspiration before you make the roll, but we'll take that, and he will look at you, and he gulps your icy stare, and he looks like he's balancing who he's most scared of. At the moment, it's the crazy guy who just cleaved, well, who he saw a few days ago, just basically cleave his way through lots of undead rather effortlessly. He says, "Well, he put us up to it. He was out wanting to attack travellers on the river and take their money. I'll testify to that." I see, says the guard. Well, we'll look into it further. Let's get him in a cell. He looks dangerous. The red wizard, it basically looks calm and collected, and just allows himself to be sort of led into the militia barracks. And thank you once again for your service to Port Nyanzaru, says the militia.
Have you seen any other such red-robed characters around here?
No, looks like from Faye to me. Nasty lot, I've heard. And he looks a bit worried about the whole prospect of having one prisoner here.
Do you know what Lord Wakanga would normally do with a criminal like this? He is a mage, after all. He's a remit.
It would be. Well, it depends on the crime. Usually, mutilations are popular for thievery. Banditry, though, if they're trying to kill people, it could be a hanging, or they could get sent to the Colosseum, or worse. There's something of a ritual we do here in Chult. Called the Executioner's Run. It is. It's. I don't know if you've seen it. It's up in the northeast. Well, the map's backwards. Hold on. It's up there. It is number 2 on your travel guide. and it's a
The
pit.
southwest quarter of the.
That's right, that's right. It's a pit we do, and basically we put them in one and they've got to get to the other, and it determines whether they're innocent or not. And there's a lot of velociraptors in there, and they have to get past them. Great fun. The crowd love it. Sometimes you get the odd one who gets to the other side without being eaten alive, but usually the velociraptors get some dinner. He says with a toothy grin.
That one is a tricky customer, for he is a mage, so I would advise against ungagging him anytime soon.
I'm sure Wakanga knows how to
Yes.
find a mage.
We'll speak to him and get his advice.
Thank you, Sergeant. Do you know where a local place where we could get, and points towards Lionel, my friend here, some new armor and armaments, and possibly willing to buy anything we found in the wild?
Grand Souk's your best place for that. You can buy and sell anything in there. It's the greatest trading hall in the whole of the Faerun.
Thank you. Shall we go there now? Or did anybody want to do something else first?
Might as well get our money and share divide it up between us.
Yeah.
To the Grand Souk, then.
To the Grand Jewel Crafters selling place.
As you're just leaving, the sergeant will say, "Oh, and we've got a bathhouse, public bathhouse. It's just that way, past the Hall of Gold."
Why is everyone pointing out the bathhouse to us every time we go somewhere?
Don't know. You feel like they're trying to tell us something.
Well, you have got the dried residue of 2 weeks' worth of insect repellent still clinging.
You've been in the jungle for 2 weeks, cutting your way, in a swamp.
Well, should we get
Money,
rid of all-
bathhouse, then else.
Yeah, because I don't want to go to the bathhouse with all this money, because you probably have to get all your clothes off and stuff, and then someone untoward could make off with your wealth.
As if the impartial arbiter of the universe would do something so horrible to you. Alright, okay, yeah, so you go to the Grand Souk.
I still got my contacts here, so I know they would do it.
As you pass the Colosseum, a tremendous roar comes out and sort of echoes around the streets of Port Nansru, perhaps indicating that some poor soul has lost their life on the sands of the arena. However, you have other business, so you head further onto the Grand Souk.
I think the Jewel Crafters is number 10, and where is number 10? Oh, it's over there.
The Grand Souk is known as one of the 3 beating hearts of Port Nansru, the others being the Jewel Market and the Red Bazaar. True to its name, it's the grandest of the 3. Traders from up and down the Sword Coast come to this market to buy all sorts of things. Timber, spices, medicines concocted from the jungle, dinosaur skulls, claws, iron, tiger pelts, handiwork, coloured feathers, tropical fruit, clothing. Everything is sold in this thing. It's a market full of the riches of Chult. So you'll be pushing your way through a throng of people as you go in there. What are you looking to sell? Let's see what we can do.
Okay, what have we got that isn't gems? Because gems goes into 10, so we're at 6 at the minute. So anything that's not 6. He was selling armor and weapons.
The weapons and armor of the soldiers that protect us and the guards and the skeletons that protect us.
Yes, that was 4 sets of armor, 4 sets of weapons, whatever weapons the skeletons had on them, and basically any gear that the wizard had as well.
I think the wizard's gear's currently with Glimmet, isn't it?
Well, I assume he had more than just a spell book.
There was a scroll and a ring.
Did I
Don't know
not
if
give
there's
some money
separate-
out as well?
Would have been in the party funds if you give us money.
Yeah, he didn't have that much out with him. No,
Yeah,
it's just
assuming any
a-
like survival gear and whatever is just incidental. Probably use that or some such.
I remember that right. There was a ring, wasn't there? Or did I just make it up somewhere?
So, right, so I need to add onto the party sheet. You're looking at like basically the god's weapon and armor and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
the skeleton's weapons, which would be short swords. I was reading some stuff in the week. Somebody's very bizarre interpretation of what Animate Dead would do. And they'd come up with the idea that because it didn't list ammo on the skeleton's stat block, that the skeletons were summoned with an infinite ammunition short bow.
No. I think they're just not listed ammo because the DM isn't. Yeah.
Actually,
required to.
it turns out the guy had got his detail from one of the D20 open resources, which doesn't have the full text. And the monster manual does mention they have enough ammo to deal with the fight, usually 1d4 plus something bolt.
Ah. Also, generally, you don't add anything in. So if it says short bow, it doesn't mean it's a short bow of something. It's
Yeah, exactly.
all right. So what else have we got? Well, okay. What we'll do is we'll do it as a part X because I think did you say you wanted to purchase some plate mail, Lionel?
Yes. So I'll sell my own armor as well.
And I'm not expecting to get more than like 20-25% for any of this stuff.
Sure. Now, I did read somewhere.
You're probably wheeling them around with your horse still.
Oh, we've also got to deal with those. We've got to repatriate the bits of corpse we found in camp and report to the Temple of Helm, I'm assuming, with the 2 bundled bodies.
Yep.
All of which we need to do before we go and have a bath.
Ah, yes, of course.
Because
Can't
if
have
you're
them
worried
hanging
about
around.
if
Yeah.
you're worried about leaving coins unattended in the bathhouse, trolling up to the bathhouse with 2 well-wrapped cadavers. Probably
And if you-
That's gonna. The
They've
more
been in the bath a bit
thing.
too long.
yeah, bring them in with. Yeah, just chuck them in. They'll be fine.
Definitely been in the bath too long, yeah. Alright, okay. So, now I read somewhere that the plate mail's more expensive on Chult.
I
Whoa.
think you mentioned in the first session because of the
Damn it.
rarity of it, because of the
Heat.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't know if it if it applies to the rules, but full plate armor in such a hot environment would be a very bad idea, just immersive wise.
It
That's
would.
okay.
Not,
Cooked line will be fine.
I think the actual rules for it are a bit weird, though. It only actually causes you trouble if you're like making a roll for fatigue or something, I think. But I can
I think it appends or it amends exhaustion or something like those.
yes, when you're exhausted, I think it's worse or something. I cannot remember. Okay, heavy armour's rare in Chult and this commands a high price. Triple the player's handbook prices for heavy armour. Although it can be bargained. You can bargain.
Seriously?
What's
Triple?
triple? What's triple?
4,500.
Just isn't
What?
very much
It's
of it here.
1,500 normally.
No, I was just pictured 4,500 just for a piece of metal put on you. My goodness.
Hello, my friends.
I send my Fae to go get one from the mainland.
You look like you could use this lovely shiny plate mail armor. A bargain at a mere 4,000 gold pieces. It would suit you.
Haha,
Hmm.
you are witty. I'll give you 1,500, not a penny more.
Make me a charisma persuade check. You're quite good at persuade, aren't you?
I am, yes. I'm going to use advantage though, just in case.
You should be doing the
Yeah.
bargaining. You're
We do all rolls secretly or visibly?
Cost.
you do this. There's rolls. It's just whether you might, for some things, some perception, some stealth, some, and certainly insight, always insight, where you're not necessarily sure of whether you passed or failed. I do it in the tower, but with this, you'll know whether you passed or failed because you'll go bog off or whatever.
Jog on, paladin boy.
Yes, true. But you do actually manage it, and he says, "Oh, very well. What's the normal price? 1,500." After chatting with you, and he said, "Well, I can see you are a man of honour and integrity, and if you would bless me with your from your lord, I will reduce the price to 2,000 gold pieces."
1,500, and I'll bless you.
Half the prices even.
1,500. That is a lot. I had to pay so much to get it shipped here. It is difficult to acquire such an item here in Chul. There is so little demand. You see, I would be losing money on a 1,500.
Well, you can just have it sat here for nothing, and nobody else will buy it.
2,100
Or you
and
can actually have some money back.
1,900. 1,900 is a
Tell you what, I'll be
magnificent
generous.
deal. It will
I'll give you 1,500.
It would protect you from giant crocodiles. I can see you have been bitten.
I think he's in league with the witches now.
You've probably got some
Be
big.
care-
You did
be
get
careful what you
chomped.
say.
You did get chomped fairly heavily. You probably have got some marks on that breastplate of yours. I think you got crunched up a little bit, didn't you? Probably a bit
I will
dented.
bless you for give you a blessing of luck if you sell it to 1,500.
I could not possibly do this price. I would lose money. It is no. There would be no point in me selling it to you.
Well, how much are you going to get for it if it's sitting here and nobody else buying it? Like you say, it's not in demand.
But
No one
but there's no point in me selling it for a loss. I need to sell at least what I bought it for.
How much do you think my blessings are worth?
It is an asset while it is unsold.
Who's an ass? It is not an asset. Dead weight. Like somebody else I know, just behind me, Sana, chipping in like that.
Our character.
Money. I cannot go to the 1,000. I'm sorry. I really want to sell you the item, but I cannot go to 1,500. I would not make any money. It would not be no point.
How much did you pay for it then? I could give him a horse.
A warhorse, I would. Well, 1,800 is the lowest I could go. 1,800. I can go no lower.
I'll give you this beautiful, pristine coat of chainmail as well.
Do you wish to exchange the half-eaten plate mail?
Deal done. I'll exchange it. Thank you. Here you go.
Let me see. It might be able to be repaired. What would that be worth?
This has seen lots of great. It's proven armor. This
Chainmail's about.
75.
Chainmail or a
is it?
chain shirt? Chainmail, 75 gold.
Yeah, that was 75.
So again, normally you get
Say
about a quarter of that.
300. Yeah,
Second
300 for the chainmail.
Well,
So 1,500.
I could do 1,750 with the chainmail. It is nothing I can do.
I'll shove in the other swords and armor that we've taken off the other guards. What about this lot as well?
A lot of junk I see. Let me see.
This
Rusty.
is fine armor worn by the best guards, just not good enough, obviously, but still.
I see. It still has their blood upon it.
It does. There can be more.
I can't actually see. Did you put that on the party sheet or not?
I didn't know in the end because I thought it'd be.
I didn't even know what armor they were wearing.
I think there'd be a mixture of sort of chain and chain. I think probably. I see. So you have quite a lot of chainmail. I could. Okay.
Maybe 75 gold piece for the chainmail, all told. So there's 4 suits at 25%.
So and that was on 1,007. He looks like he's getting confused now. Okay, go on. Another super persuade roll, Lionel, and we'll see whether you can get him to.
Oh, bugger.
Go on, you can do it.
Actually, I'm wrong. According to the PHB, it's fetch half their cost when sold at market, not a quarter.
Get more of it. Yes. But yes, nailed it. Free. I want it for free.
And you will bless me and bless my business. So I sell lots of items.
I don't know how much money I've got, by the way. I don't know what PPs and CPs mean. And SPs.
Each PP's 10 gold.
I'm going to have to convert this all into gold coins, I think.
Electrum, 2 Electrum to a gold, 10 silver to a gold, 100 copper. So what have you got total?
How many silver pieces to a
10.
gold piece?
10 pence a piece. Gold pieces a pound, silver pieces 10 pence a piece.
Okay.
Electrum's a 50 pence a piece, and copper's a penny.
I'm the only person moaning about him selling all the armor to buy this plate meal.
Sorry, I just got pointed out every time I say the name of the coin that's worth 50 pence, our Alexa keeps responding.
Who's Alexa?
Oh, have you got
The
one
Amazon,
of those?
the Amazon pod that takes orders.
Oh.
So am I on speaker? I'm not. Am I?
No, it's when I'm saying. It's when I'm
Damn
saying.
it! Oh, I could play with your Alexa from afar. That would have been hours of fun. Yeah, I'd have to have all my NPCs called Alexa then. That'd be anyway.
I may need those gems sold to help me get it up to 1,500.
He sighs. With the part exchange, I will do 1,500 gold pieces for you. Seen as, but I wish to put my stamp, my mark on your breastplate, so all can see I have made this item, and they will come to me and buy more.
I think where we're going, not many people will see me.
Why don't you just buy parts of it and then put the down payment for the rest?
I'll give you 1,000 of it now, and if I come back alive and so it's done its job, I'll give you the other 500. No, actually, I'll give you 700 when I come back if I'm still alive.
Well, you wish to have credit, but perhaps some of your friends here, they look very.
No, this is an offer I'm offering. I want to know that this armor works.
Of course, it works. It is armor.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, Clement. Yeah. Well, I cannot. I could not let it go for that. I would never see you again.
Then you have no faith in your own armor, and you didn't make it. You bought it.
Well, yes, but I could advertise it.
If you advertise on it, I'm having it off price. You're getting free advertisement.
Come back when you have more. I will put it aside for you. I'm sure a man like you could make up the difference.
Do you know any nice jobs in town that you could earn some money at?
Aren't
Do
you
you earn
selling
mu-
those jewels?
Do you earn much money fighting in the pits?
You do. In the Colosseum, you can earn great money, particularly for good warriors, if they people bet on them. And also the dinosaur races can be very popular.
Well, you had to say good warriors. Portland.
Perhaps you should try your hand in the pit.
Are we selling those jewels or not?
We aren't at the jewelry place, we're at the armor place, so
I don't.
yeah, we are selling them when we get it's number 10. It's further along if you look at the map. Did
Right.
say it earlier.
Might wait for those jewels to be sold.
So did
But
you pick
while
up the
we're
money
here-
for all the weapons then?
Yeah.
You got all that money? Okay, good.
So there was. What did we get for the armor?
Well, if you're getting 50%, you're getting 60 for the or we're getting 60 for the short swords, and 150 for the chainmail.
So another 210. So that's 500 in the party sheet. What's an electrum piece?
It's like a 50p piece. Two of them
Half a
make
gold.
Oh, okay. Okay, right.
What? So whenever you say Electrum, Alexa responds.
When I say it, she was responding. Yeah, as you notice, I'm not saying it anymore. So should we? So we'll take the short swords and we'll have you off the party sheet. You'll have to do that, Skellen, and we up the GPs on the party sheet to 500. Yeah, for the 210 from those.
Okay, and up the party sheet to, I'm sorry, what, to?
To 500 because it's 210 for the 4 suits of chainmail and half a dozen shorts.
All right, yeah. Okay. All right. So you are going to sell the gems, or are you going to go to the Temple of Helm?
Yep,
Because you're
I'm
shopping
going
with.
to sell the gems. Yes. What else? Sorry?
Is anyone trusting Glimmet to go and sell the gems? Where are you all going?
Barlin, is it not?
Yeah, we're going with
Barley.
him.
Sorry, Barley, not
We'll be
Glimmet.
there.
I'm sorry.
I know Glimmet mind controls people, but I don't think he's doing it currently.
We know how many
There's
gems.
13 gems. Yeah,
And
right, 13.
12. All right, so 12 of them are worth 50, so 600 plus the Onyx Orb, 75.
Oh, so I wasn't counting the Onyx Orb. That's 14. Then.
Oh,
You have to remember, guys, whenever I did the roll when we got these gems, I had them devalued because I failed the roll to evaluate them. So to me, they're less. So
Somebody else sell them
just
then.
to warn you.
Well,
I'm the
don't
guy
go
who's
in-
gonna sell them. I'm the
Don't
joker.
go in with the offer, waiting to see what the guy offers you. So yeah, 13 at 50, and whatever we've determined the Onyx Orb to be.
why don't you go to his shop if he has any of these examples? Ask how much he wants for them, and then afterwards start selling your gems.
I'm going to do it like a normal business person, try and get as much money as possible, even though I think they're crap. Right, we're over at 10 then. We're at the jewel shop with a guy with a blue shirt waving his hands at me. Hello, mister. Okay. So, looking at his gems, is his gems nice quality?
Alright, so you head over to the jewel market. The jewel market is intentionally styled as a miniature, more exclusive version of the Grand Suk. Its chief business is buying and selling the rich supply of jewels that are dug out of Chult's mines, but many other rare luxury items are also traded here. The market is largely secure against pickpockets and thieves. You notice that there's a heavy presence of guards here. They're standing at the entrance and generally milling around all over the place in there. And Barlin, being the type of guy you are, will notice that there are, it looks like, undercover guards, spies in effect, that are also working here. You'll clock a few of them, but you suspect there's obviously more. You will come across a woman in her, she's in about her 60s, a grey-haired Chiltern woman. To her side is a large, rather obese man sweating profusely in the afternoon heat here in Chult. He stands sort of silently by her side with a big sort of square jaw. She smiles pleasantly to you. And what business can I do with you today?
I am looking at your fine selection of gems. Where did you get them?
They most come from the mines here in Chult.
You've a mine nearby.
Oh yes, they're quite popular. The Chiltern mines, however, they have been overrun quite a lot with the troubles that we have here. A red dragon, I believe, has taken over one to the south.
Ooh. Didn't say it was a mine of gems. Ooh, okay. So, how much are you selling a citron? Is it called citron? A citron for? I look at his if he's got any. What his prices are.
Well, he'll be selling them basically at the price that's listed, so he'll be like, it's been sold for 50.
Okay, I've got a bunch of gems I found while out adventuring in, and probably maybe they were mined. I don't know. How much would you sell all these for? And I show him our lovely selection of gems.
She'll offer you the flat 50% price, which is as normal.
These are of exceptional quality.
She produces a magnifying glass and looks at them and says, yes, they are of good quality, and this is the price I offer you as a fair price for them.
I whisper to the side, do we go for the fairer price, or do we try a better price?
Who are you whispering to?
Whoever's nearby me. I'm hoping one of you's just nearby me. I'm just not in the shop by myself.
I think we should be able to get full value according to the PHB.
That's not what you tell him.
Oh, Clint, I'm going to give you another inspiration because that was hilarious.
I don't know where I read that, but yeah.
Yes, I don't know, but usually gems are traded at the full value.
There we go. Let's have them at the full value.
Oh, you've already got inspiration.
You can bank one.
Okay, well.
So if the Onyx Orb is in place, he's offering you 725.
Well,
725.
Yeah, 725.
Waiting for the well. There's a well in the background there.
Apparently, what normally happens is you deal with your encumbrance of coin by just switching coins out for gems.
uh-huh. Yeah, because they are used as currency in effect,
Yeah.
aren't they? The gems, yeah, you're completely right. And I love how Limit did that. It's like he's looking through a book. He's like, according to the book here of
PHB.
yes, the gem guide
Sports
to
handbook for beryls and bloodstone. PH.
barrels. Yeah, love it. Okay. After Glimmet points out the error of her ways, she will amend her price accordingly.
Okay,
He's trying to get one over on you.
Well, everyone tries that at least once.
Are you happy with the price? Because she will. I suppose she makes her money from turning them into jewellery.
Assume so.
I think, I think that it would be a good amount. Listen to my men, they're making a profit.
So all of the gemstones off of the party sheet, and
The charismatic paladin isn't saying anything.
Oh, sorry.
See, charismatic.
I could. What? We can get more than that? Are you saying? I assumed there wouldn't be a wiggle room.
Just giving you normal price for them.
Okay. Well, these.
There's always a
are
risk you might end up pushing
They
the
are.
price down as well.
Thanks. I'll keep quiet then if you want.
I think 725 is a decent amount.
Do you want risk?
Well, I think everyone said it was fine, except they were just asking what the paladin was thinking. I don't think anyone says, no, go and try and get better price.
Okay, we'll leave it at 75.
I'm glad we can come to an arrangement. I need to give the scroll to somebody, otherwise we'll sell it. Scrolls and
Well,
potions.
There's a couple of scrolls. Well, we've got to sell those to Wakanga, don't we? Because he's arcane and the like.
All scrolls, as far as I know, were on Glimmet, but Glimmet, the Glimmet should come back into the party sheet.
There's a scroll of protection from fiends there.
And 2 potions.
And an alchemy jug.
They
Which
need
we're
go
not selling.
because when I do the sale, it's going to sell everything.
Oh, right, okay. In that
need
case,
to just
put the alchemy
distribute.
jug on me, because I know that
Well,
Barlin was complaining
could you-
about the weight.
Can you not just put them all on one person for now and then just put them back on the party sheet afterwards? Does that not work?
Can we just find out, Kerry, do you want to learn that scroll?
Why have I still got a giant crocodile head on my character sheet?
You did get it off. We did. We took it somewhere.
Okay, 2 canoes.
You can't learn that spell? Must be.
Not a wizard spell, I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's a particular scroll, isn't it? It's a scroll of something rather than a scroll of a spell.
That's worth a lot of money. God, look at the.
I haven't got a
price
lot.
difference.
Sorry on me, I'm not particularly badly income. I can always say it's in a canoe or backpack or whatever.
Anyway, the place where we would have sold all that crocodile heads is way back at the first.
Yeah, no,
red-
we ended up getting rid of the crocodile head. I just don't think I ever took it off my inventory.
Oh, okay.
So who's holding these items?
The alchemy jug and the potion of heroism, the potion of mind reading, and the scroll of protection from fiends. Not me.
I'll carry him
Oh,
for now. Or
Whoever.
yeah, with
Yeah.
the
I thought Warblin had the alchemy jug for the eel and stuff.
It's not in my inventory.
we can always move it around. Apart from the extra crocodile head, my inventory is relatively well organized, so I'll be able to find it easily.
That didn't work, did it?
Oh, I got 500 GP. Woo!
Well, it's assigned.
Are you just sad? Oh, yeah, it's probably with capitalisation.
Yes.
Where did the 500 gold go to? It's vanished off the face
No, it
of
hasn't.
the earth.
I'm up 100, so it's been split 5 ways.
Oh, okay. I thought the way you said that it hadn't been.
There, right.
Yep, so I've got, yep, they're all showing up.
Do you want the gold or in platinum?
In my hand.
Platinum must be nice. Platinum, but so much lighter.
So, do you want me to put 7 platinum in there and reduce that down to 25, is that right?
72 platinum.
Yeah, it's not 7, it's 70.
Definitely.
Trying to short changes there. Swap 700 for 7
Yeah.
platinum.
And
Two.
5 GP.
Got your game.
And what about the electrum?
I
We'll
advise you.
play guitar with it.
Oh.
Plectrum.
So,
Just share it out from there.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the 2 platinum because if you divide that, if you put the 2 platinum and the gold, it'll even out. Oh, that's why there'll be 2 gold, there'll be 2 platinum left over.
And if you're worried about that, saying change the 2 platinum into 20 gold.
And share it, and that'll give us 4 gold each.
But remember to delete the platinum first. I don't know what we can do with the EP.
We'll give a tip to the nearest beggar.
Yeah, it's £1.50. So
Well, you can save that as a float, I guess, or something.
will she do money changing while we're here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to switch out 120 gold for 12 platinum then.
All right.
I'm going to switch out. How much was it? 611. 600 gold, I guess, for what, 60 platinum?
Yeah, we'll be right.
Well, that's still going to leave it with 100 platinum. That's a lot, isn't it?
100 gold, you mean?
No, I have 40 platinum already for the 2, so over 100.
Which is, it's the same amount, isn't it? It's just you're carrying less coinage.
Yeah, it just sounds like the kind of amount of money you should maybe store away somewhere.
Probably, yeah.
Donate
Like
it to your local friendly paladin.
Spider-Man. Oh, right.
879 short. Damn it.
Oh.
For what?
We might
For my
get more
plate mail.
when we sell the
Um,
scrolls, but that'll be later.
879 gold.
Yeah,
Over there?
79.
I could borrow that.
Could you lend it?
Could lend it.
That'd be very generous.
What's not?
So unlike you.
But it's certainly unlike one of our party. Is that
Okay,
okay if I just add that to my part?
Put our gear away and go and have a bath and then deal with other things. Glimmet, you had other things you wish to tend to.
We need to go to a bath before we go to see any of these lords. Cause
Oh, definitely.
Can I buy my? Am I okay to buy that armor now then? As we go towards the baths, because we'll go back past them.
Do you have 1,500 now?
I do. And 83 copper pieces.
Absolutely. So if you want to delete the chainmail off. Sorry, coughing at you.
I hate to be whatever inn he's going to stay in with his 2 copper.
It's gone. Whoa, I'm so light. I have no forever.
I've just put some plate mail onto your character, which you may wish to equip.
You won't be light anymore.
Yeah, I'm not as light anymore. It's like I'm weighed down with money again. So does that ultimately go as my
It
put
has.
it on automatically?
Wow, thank you.
It's
Cool.
£5 weight.
It's only £10 more than my old armor though.
I know, still.
So
I will
which I
have
had
to.
enough money.
I'll have to check up the rules on being in the jungle with full plate and have some fun with it. Anyway,
You can't make me sad now. I've just bought plate armor.
no, it's Ace. It's a good idea. It's probably worth the trade-off for sweating it.
Everything says as a paladin, the first thing you need to do is get plate armor. So it's like,
Where do you see later on? We're going to come across this nice place that's going to sell this, like, plate-like armor that you can breathe in and it keeps you cool, and you're going to cry.
Perforated armour.
One careful owner. And all of the perforations around the heart area.
I think you should be able to see his strength on the party sheet, Carrie. If you...
Oh, sorry.
Right, so how much did you need to borrow?
79 or 80. Probably easiest just to say 80. That's right. Then I can remember how much. I'll write an IOU on my sheet.
Carrie,
Well,
don't forget, if we're using the encumbrance rules, you don't worry about the strength mins on armor.
So next up is the temple. Is that right?
Well, yeah, we've still got the. If we're
bath.
not using the scrolls and the potions, we need to get rid of those first, or they can wait until after we've had a bath. I suspect.
Well,
Yeah,
the
The idea of putting 1,500 in a locker while we have a bath.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't want to get.
It's the same problem.
You can always buy some plate armor if you've got 1,500.
Is there a higher quality baths, or do the public baths have security?
Sure, bank.
The jeweler you will say, "Oh, the baths are an important part of the Port Nyanzaru people here. We have big baths, small baths, private baths. I'm sure you would be able to find an area that suits you."
We can go to see the Temple of Joaquin after.
There are also baths in the Temple of Soon, though they may not let you in that condition. They have very high standards of hygiene.
Isn't that the Hall of Gold?
The Temple of Joaquin. We were told about that when we were here.
Okay,
the
so we
first
could
day.
go there and put our money in it, because that's right beside the baths. Look, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Let's just have a bath. I'll cast alarm on everything we take off. We'll keep it in sight. We'll get a private bath or a.
And Jade will sit watch as well.
Yeah, it doesn't need a bath, presumably.
Well, I'm sure she couldn't get in.
They'd best let her in.
Well, do they allow?
Why would they
pets
let
in?
her into the baths? She might just pee in it and make the water all. Ugh.
Well, she's not going to. You've never seen her pee when we've camped.
Doesn't mean she's not doing it.
Does she?
Yeah.
No, she does, but she's a good girl. She does it where it's supposed to be done.
Does she cock a leg crouch, or does she just,
No idea. The mechanics for a lizard. So.
Just curious. Okay, so you make your way to the public bathhouse. It is a large, ornate structure with sort of big arches and made out of marble. Port Nyanzaru is a very clean city thanks to the cleansing rain, and its residents are also scrupulous about hygiene. They would be repulsed by the thought of a day without a bath. Dozens of small bathhouses across the city operate like private clubs, so there's actually more that you'll pass on the way there, some smaller if you wanted a private one. But the public bathhouse is open to everyone, is run by the priesthood of Soon. It is both egalitarian and elegant. Wealthy merchants and dock labourers rub elbows in the tile baths and marbled floor changing rooms. There's no charge, but people wander around with those dishes and cough politely, hoping that you will make a donation to the Temple of Soon, a donation befitting their station in life. Because Jultons are justifiably proud of this facility, even the poorest try to leave at least a cup of peace in the giant clamshell by the entrance. Many independent masseurs and masseuses are on hand to massage weary muscles.
I'll take 5.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, I was going to get a massage, definitely.
The massages range from 2 silver pieces to 20 silver pieces, depending upon the masseur, I guess.
What can I get for 1 gold?
1 gold, that's a good one. That's an average masseur.
I'm small, there's less to massage. So I get a discount.
Oh, that's a persuade roll, I think. But you are very dirty. You have twice as much dirt as, and look at those muscles. They're all old and gnarly. I'm supposed to work with that.
Me and my friends here have done great work for your city. We helped defend it against the invasion of the undead. I believe just a simple massage is what worthy of our contribution.
Okay, so Glimmet, you skip the massage, as does Barlin.
Trying to persuade them to give it cheaper though for all of us, if I'm allowed.
Yes, sure. Make me that persuade check, please.
Yay. Get in there.
You're on fire tonight, aren't you? You're like Mr. Charming. They like
Well, I'm in
you.
my new armour.
You are.
Literally, the sparkles are like the teeth.
Still smelly, and you put your armor on in the middle of the street.
Okay, my armour's not actually on.
And they really respect you, Lionel. You're a priest of Helm. You are sort of generally well turned out. You do look like you've been in the jungle for a bit, but you look like an honourable and honourable sort of guy. And they're good friends with Soon. So yes, they will indeed give you a discount. They'll give you the massage for half price for you.
And my friends?
Yes, and your minions.
They are my friends.
Santa still donates what she was going to donate before.
Okay. Oh yes, there is a flash of platinum as Santa's coin catches the sunlight as it drops into the clamshell at the entrance. There's a gasp from the priests of Soon, who immediately bring out their best oils and the best masseuses to massage your weary muscles, and it feels wonderful after such a horrible long trek through the jungle. Your muscles are no longer aching at this. Glimmet, however, is lies by himself, but you do see a relaxed look on his face as you'll see little indentations in his shoulders. It appears like he is being invisibly massaged by something.
How much were the massages, sorry?
2 to, well, it's basically 2 to 20 silver depending upon the quality. And the quality is probably kind of like how good oils and all that kind of thing they use and what different techniques. There'll be a posh whatever massage technique, which is more extensive treatment, a head massage and all that sort of stuff. I don't know.
How expensive though?
I'll give 83 copper pieces, which is 8 silver. And it was half price, so nearly the full whack.
Okay.
That's all right.
How much silver is that to a gold?
10.
10. Right, I'll just get.
So 1 gold is a full whack because it's half price. It's the best of the best.
The bathhouse in Chult is indeed a wondrous place. It appears like a great leveller of society because even the poorer, less well off, sort of stripped down to their bare clothing, as well as the richer people, and everybody sits in the bathhouse as equals. And chats as equals as well. It's quite an interesting sight that doesn't happen in many places. While you're there, we could pick up some rumours, I guess. Have a look at the rumour table.
Stop whispering.
Yes, that's just weird. Somebody's getting a rumour.
Oh, my thing's not working. That's why.
Do you want to specify which, Glimmet?
What? No, just not. That was.
Glimmet was whispering.
You know the secrets.
That's just freaky.
I forgot to turn it off.
I did forget to turn it off, but never mind. Just have to put up with it for today.
I like it. It lets us know that something's happening, but you don't know what. People are just sending whispers of whisper now, aren't you?
Just because now.
Just to to wind people up.
All right. So, is anybody? Are you wanting to stick to yourself, or are you chit-chatting with people? And the difference being, if you're chit-chatting with people, you might be able to get some rumour, or you might not, or or you won't if you want to just sit there and relax.
I'm a charismatic person. I will chit chat.
Santa will say the odd thing in the local dialect if anyone's actually speaking Chelton.
Ooh. Well, everyone would speak common, wouldn't
Oh no, well, there will be people. Yeah, I mean, common is widely spoken here, being a very cosmopolitan trade place. But certainly, there are Chultons who speak the native tongue, and they will highly respect people who like to speak in the clicking sounds of the local dialect. Speaking to a man there, he has come from the dye works. You can see there's still flecks of yellow in his hair, Lionel. He says, "Oh well, if you have to be wary if you're out there in the jungle. There's a mist. It's got a blue tinge to it, folks say, and it spreads fever and madness."
Do they? Do they say of any way of escaping or combating this fever and madness?
I know none who have survived to tell the tale. Some folks go mad for permanently from it, and others just run when they see it. My advice to you would be to run.
That sounds like sensible advice. Any idea where this blue mist comes from?
No, but I'll warrant it has something to do with the curse that Rasni put down upon the isle. The signs of the mist occurred about the same time as the undead menace on here. I wish someone would finally rid the island of the curse. We could get back to being a normal nation once more, spread out from the sea.
Well, not amen to that, but whatever, helm to that. I don't know, whatever they say. Drink to that sort of thing. Yes, agree with him anyway. Whatever you say.
Awesome. Anyone else getting rumours?
Is there a role for that?
No.
No, not really. You can just get I mean, you can if you want to enhance. If you want to enhance the check.
Oh, no, Santa will chat.
I'll give you a rumour or maybe two if you're all high on a persuade roll or something, I guess. Santa, okay, well, you're chatting to someone, you'll hear a rumour you probably already know to be true, that it's that the dwarves are determined to reclaim Wormheart Mine, but a red dragon now lives there. But haven't seen one of them in a while, a red dragon. Warbling, you're a social butterfly in this in the baths here. Good grief. Okay, talking to a young man there, he'll tell you that a ruined city lies up the River Taff, past Kahilakta Gorge. Supposedly no one's explored past the gorge, but that's not true. It's just that a few have made it out alive. Mostly, I'm going to just put it in the chat, hold on. There you go. A ruined city lies up the River Taff past Gorge. Supposedly no one's explored past the gorge, but that's not true. It's just that the few who made it out alive mostly keep quiet about what they found there. I have it on good authority that the ruins are guarded by a Naga who's both wise and generous.
Is that where we've been, or is it somewhere else?
There's somewhere on the map said Ataz Kahakla. We haven't.
But we met a Naga that gave out stuff. Well, we didn't. Someone else did.
Yeah, but it was a different Naga, I think.
There's more than one?
Yeah, it's a completely different direction.
Can't remember if the river flowed up that
know.
far, but
Wrong thing, I'm stopping it. Further one.
You get a second one as well. You get a crowd of people around you. It must be your rippling muscles and winning smile warbling. A dragon turtle named Armag lives in the Bay of Chult. If you wish to set sail from Port Nyanzaru, you'll need treasure to appease the greedy monster. How much treasure? I can't say. Armag will tell you what it wants, and you'd best give it what it demands.
nice to know.
Oh,
Anybody else?
Oh. So if we're going to travel by boat around there, we need something to.
You have to pay the toll to get through. Did Sana get anything? And I got a terrible roll.
I got 23 with mine. Don't know if I got anything extra.
Yeah, I'll give Sana and Lionel another go. No, I've lost the damn chart. Windows everywhere.
I know they're all rolling to get information. What do you roll to give information? Because I'm going to spread rumors about us. How great we
Just say it, I guess.
are. Yeah, I'll start spreading rumors about us and
How
our
good
great
are we?
activities. Paladins and all that.
So, Sana, you'll speak to a local who has been a pearl fisherman. You'll perhaps discuss pearl fishing with her. She'll say, but you want to be careful where you go. Not everywhere is safe. There are giant snapping turtles in Snapping Turtle Bay. Oddly enough, it's appropriately named. One of them is as big as a house. He's known as King Toba, and his shell has gemstones embedded in it. It would be someone who would be magnificently rich, more rich than the merchant princes, should you slay King Toba.
It is far to the south, though, Snapping Turtle Bay. Would think anybody with the resources to get there would have a good chance. While we are talking, have you heard anything of the Heart of Obteo?
Heart of Obteo, no, I'm sorry, my friend. I haven't heard anything.
That's okay. It's just I heard it in passing. I thought I would ask around.
There are many ruins and temples in the jungle to Obteo. He is a magnificent god. I wish he would return.
As do many folk. Anyway, enjoy your bath.
And one more for Lionel. The guy you speak to is a bit drunk. Because he basically repeats the same rumour. I didn't believe you've rolled that twice for you, I'm sorry. So basically, he just keeps he keeps on with the oh, go on, I'll let you have another one once.
I don't suppose you've been in this this fog by any chance? Sounds
Yeah.
a little mad, you say.
This is someone who has travelled the coast and just done some trading between here and Fort Balurian. He says that the Flaming Fist there, they punish explorers who do not have the right charter. They demand a charter of exploration for anybody who takes treasures from the eastern portion of Chult.
Aren't you meant to warn you this before you do that? It's a good thing we haven't. Oops.
Where could you possibly purchase a charter of exploration?
Fort Balurian, it is well worth a visit. It's an interesting place. They've built quite a fort there, the Flaming Fist. It looks like they're here to stay. It does not look like a temporary place. It looks like they are here to create a colony.
Do you know how far south their reach extends?
Warblin found out it was east, not south.
But they're on the east side, I mean south from there.
They claim to have...
Fort by Lou, whatever.
I know a while ago the Flaming Fist had sacked Mesdero and taken all of the belongings from there. I presume they have ventured further since.
Thank you for your information.
Jade will get a makeover by the Priest of Soom if she allows it.
I'll constantly, if she's happy to be pampered, I'll allow her to, but tell her to behave.
She'll look a bit sceptical about the whole thing, but probably get into it once they begin sort of scratching behind her ears or whatever, and yeah, they'll get her decked out with a little bow and stuff.
Get rid of that later.
Yeah, I was waiting for the response. She's not having a bow.
How many weeks has it been since we left Port Nazu and came back again? Because I just found I've got a piece of fruit in my backpack. It's probably decayed by now.
I think you'll have eaten it, probably.
Oh, with the
I don't know, it's the 24th of Alturiac. Probably been about 3 weeks, has it? Maybe a month.
okay, it's just dancing monkey fruit's probably decayed then.
Highly illegal, that dancing monkey fruit.
Is it? I picked it up somewhere. I don't know where. My mouse is probably eating it by now because it's gone.
A shady guy sold it to you.
He did, a shady guy at the docks.
It's a
Oh,
narcotic.
Ah, I'll delete that because it's probably decayed.
Alright, so you all feel quite rejuvenated after being in the bath. I'm going to give you all inspiration.
Oh.
Even Jade,
Mm.
who's not technically supposed to have it.
So when we come out of the bath and we go back and change into our stinking, smelly armor,
I'm assuming they'll clean that while you're in there.
I've got brand new clean armor. I think you'll find.
it's always about you, Lionel. It's always about you.
Well, you're the one who's stinking.
Certainly expecting them to clean it while we're in there. Or mine, anyway. I could give them a platinum piece.
I'll dip it in the splash some water over it and maybe it'll smell nice.
So, next up, folks, what are you doing next?
We go see Congo.
Which one's that?
The one we've already had introductions with.
No. I mean, is
Arcane.
that yeah, okay, that's what I meant. Because we met two of them that I remember. We met the Holy One as well, whoever that one was.
He's not a merchant prince, the Holy One. He was in the temple.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Can we do that first? Go to get the bodies consecrated or buried. Get rid of
So
them.
we did come to the baths with. I
We
assume
s-
we probably left them at the
We
tavern.
probably did that first
Okay.
before we did this.
Yeah.
Unless there's something major happens.
There's a small temple to Helm here, which is more like a house they've just rented temporarily while they're staying here, and you managed to deposit the bodies there. They'll thank you and say they have arrangements for it to be collected and taken to the mainland.
I also asked them if they could do like last rites on the 6. I think it was 6 body pieces or bones. Sorry, it was Jabal's.
Associate.
So yeah, that were left. I brought all 6 back, but I want them like blessed and properly buried, and just in case it puts their ghosts at ease or rest.
Of course, that is
Yeah,
a
that sort of
most honourable task and one we will accept willingly and enthusiastically. They reverently take the bones and say that they will be ushered into Helm's realm.
I assume we'll discuss this with Wakanga when we meet him. If it is worth bringing to Jobal's attention in some way.
It could be. We will have to tread carefully. I believe these merchant lords have all power, so we can't just confront him with it. He will deny. And what we've heard about him, isn't he the one that sort of like just has you killed? Isn't he the sellsword or something? Or
He is the one for guides and sellswords, but it is Jessamine is the assassination.
is it Jezim? Ah, Jezim. Right. But I'm sure he would not be happy this being brought to light.
And we have just had involvement with Xanthi. Indirectly.
Yes.
She is gems, cloth, and armor.
Yes. Basically, out of all that, she'll have a cut. The jewel market is basically run by Xanthi.
All that money that she didn't get because Leno cut the fee down.
Well, that would have been... No, the weapons, gear, and survival is Akeni Af. Yes, Xanthi is the armor. So, should we go and see Wakanga?
Yeah. Were we not going to a bank first, though?
Well, that's here, if you want to go to Joaquin's temple.
I said that earlier, yes.
Yes.
I just want to deposit some, but I don't know how to deposit on this character. I want to carry all this money around.
Okay, so you make your way to the Golden Throne. Yes.
But then Barling just said he wanted to visit the Hall of Gold first.
Okay.
Just money.
I'm just going to put an item on my backpack, and it's just basically going to be the bank. I'll just put most of my money in there. If that's how it works. If that's how the bank works. It's not what the temple is.
The Hall of Gold is a magnificent structure. It is a temple of Joaquin. But residents just call it the Hall of Gold because it has a shining golden roof. And for Joaquin's focus on trade and wealth. Mount Sabasa is the highest point in the city on which it is located. And when the sun is shining, light glints off the temple roof and it can be seen for miles out to sea. Some city residents swear that the roof is sheathed in pure burnished gold. However, Barlin? Anyone I guess, but particularly Barlin. You can make me a investigation roll, I guess. Yeah, try investigation. You can all roll this, actually. It's just Barling's going to be particularly good at it, I think, just because of who he is. Yeah, in the tower, I guess, yeah.
In the tower, so.
We like the tower.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Do it again. Out.
In the tower. Earlier.
Only when he asks for it, though, not every time.
That's what he said every time.
Barlin, Lionel. Just Barlin and Lionel, actually. You notice that the roof of the temple, the Hall of Gold, is not actually gold, it's painted. You'll notice that it is sort of flecked in places.
I've just held a lot of gold in my hand. That's not gold. You can see it. It's flaking away just there.
Don't tell them.
No, I'm just saying it quietly to you, like mumbling.
As you enter, you are greeted by the chief priest of Joaquin. Her woman named Sibonse. I'll put her name in the chat. She looks, judging by the sort of crowd of people around her, she looks like she's a very influential person in Port Nanzaru society. Greetings, well met, my friends. How may I help you? Do you wish to seek tribute to Joaquin?
We're asking about how, I don't know, people don't like carrying around all their wealth. Where is a place you can store it and then come back later and pick it all up?
Ah, you have come to the right place. We do operate banking services here, and of course we are very safe, being secured by the temple itself. As you know, a very stable organisation. We can guarantee deposits of up to 50,000.
Ooh, up to 50,000, you say?
They are redeemable at any temple of Joaquin.
Okay, I will give you. I will open
Of
an
size.
account.
Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't hear what you said.
Of size, I said temple of
Oh,
size.
Okay, I will open an account with you then.
Splendid. I'll take your name and
Barlin Black Axe. I will deposit 90 platinum.
you will need to put your mark here. She'll get some paperwork, and she'll ask you for some passwords. What was your first pet's name? Sorry, she doesn't say that, but she will go through some various security question type things, which will be attached to your account. What is your favourite colour? Where were you born? What is your mother's maiden name? Yeah, get the general idea. Alright, so yep, deposit your stuff wherever you want. Anybody else may do this also.
Make your own accounts. Make your own passwords.
And how long will you be staying in Port Nanzaru? I presume you are here for the races and fights.
We may be. We're basically here on a mission. Have you ever heard of the death? Oh, sorry, what do you call it again? The death plague? No, it's not the death plague. What's this thing called? Damn it, I've forgotten the name of it. Curse. What's this curse called?
So the death curse.
Death curse.
It's very straightforward.
Yep, it's the death curse. Oh yes, I have heard of this. Many people are suffering. My friend Sindra Sylvain is nearly dead. I visited her just this morning. I fear she has not many days left.
Is that name familiar to us? Silver Flame?
Sindra Sylvain, she is the woman who teleported you here. She's the woman who hides you, and the woman who said that she would give you a wondrous magical item of your choice if you succeeded in ending the death curse.
I thought I heard that name before. She's the person that sent us on this mission.
She is.
Just said that to him.
And also the person we need to report to on our progress.
Do you know where she's staying?
Yes, she's staying at the Wakanga's villa.
That's convenient. We were headed there next.
What, is she here?
Yes.
Why? Isn't that strange?
I don't know, did she come over with us? I can't remember.
She didn't come over with you.
She
No.
teleported us.
But if it is as easy as for her to teleport us here, she could teleport herself here, no problem.
If she doesn't have long left, she could be eager of any news of what
Yeah,
our progress is.
she could be getting, and if you're too weak to cast it, then she wouldn't be able to get here to get whatever the cure is if we find it.
Sure, yeah, but Badger. Yeah, you just want to write it on the notes somewhere, your character sheet, maybe.
I just put it. I made an item in a backpack called bank account and put the
That's
money
fine.
beside
Yeah, you can do it however you wish, whatever suits you best. You might be able to put it somewhere near where the money is. Actually, you might even you could put a line on the money, maybe if there's one left, and call it bank. Oh, mind you need to put how much it is. Up to you. Anyway, do what you want. Is there anything else you wish to speak with Sib and say about? In fact, she's on the map. She's on the map.
What? How's she on the map?
That's her. That's Sib and say. She rides around in a golden palanquin, usually.
Oh.
There we go.
We just missed her.
So, what do you do next?
We're going to the Lord, aren't we?
Yeah, the Wakanga thingy guy.
Get our reward.
Okay.
Oh, if we're getting a reward, we're getting something anyway.
You head through the busy streets, and there's lots of merchant villas around Golden Throne, and you will find Wakangas. Although milling around outside his neighbours, there is a man there who has got his clothes are stained with the multicoloured dyes that are familiar here from the dye works. He's biting his nails and he looks really worried. He looks sort of pale and nervous, and he's sort of loitering around the gate of the villa. It's not Joseph.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything about him that's suspect?
Well, apart from the fact he's looking very nervous.
Well, I see
He looks like he's up to something, I guess, but don't know what.
And we don't recognise him.
You do not recognise him. No, you can ignore him and just go to Wakangas if you wish. Not over.
Just ask him what troubles you, sir. You look out of sorts.
And the dye works are on the other side of the port.
They are. He looks at your chest, Lionel, and sees there the symbol of Helm, a sort of just religion. It immediately seems to give him confidence and trust in you. He said, I am in a terrible predicament. I made a terrible error of judgment. I bought some dancing monkey fruit, and I was using them to make and sell dye. But shortly after, I received an iron token from the Tepka Society, a warning, and I now fear for my life. I've come to atone for my crime, and I'm seeking an audience with Queothe. He's the merchant prince who controls the sale of fruit, the legal sale of fruit. I am terrified for my life. He is known as an unforgiving man. But perhaps
This token, It came from who? Sorry.
The Utepka Society. I see you are not from here. The Utepka Society. It is a powerful organization, secret organization within Port Nyanzaru. Sorry.
What would be required from you then to atone for your sins, your crime, yes, your use of this monkey fruit, dancing monkey fruit.
He shows you this token. I do not know. I just come to beg forgiveness and leniency. I'm sure he will want to punish me somehow. I just hope it is not with death. Perhaps if you joined me, you might be able to help persuade him to be lenient with me. It was a simple error of judgment. I've lived all my life as a law-abiding citizen here.
So what did the monkey fruit taste like?
I did not eat it. It is supposed to be very pleasurable, though.
All that time you were moaning about food, and you had that beautiful fruit in there. What sort of time of day is it? How late are we getting?
Tea time.
We got here at midday, didn't we? In a couple of hours.
Are you seeing him today, or is it going to be tomorrow now? It is quite late.
I need to see him today. I do not wish to be murdered in my sleep. Please, it would not take long, I'm sure.
I'll look, say it could give us an opening with another of the lords. Do we wish to speak to another one?
So what happens with this coin? Do they kill you and then take the coin back? Or do they only kill the person that has the coin?
I know what you're thinking.
I do not wish to find out. The Utepka Society is also known as the Triceratops Society. Actually, Glimmet, you may well have read somewhere in your research about them. I don't know if you want to make me a intelligence roll. You may know more than this guy knows about them. Or knowledge of societies.
History? Or?
History, okay, go ahead. Yeah, you will have read about them. I imagine you've been researching things diligently. Okay, the Utepka Society is known as the Triceratops Society, based in Port Nyanzaru, and dedicated to preventing any individual or group from abusing power and upsetting the natural social order. Its members are primarily neutral good Chultans. In many respects, the Society's goals are similar to those of the Harpers. It is seen as a benevolent organisation, and yet this man seems terrified of them. It was the Utepka Society was instrumental in the liberation of Port Nyanzaru from the foreign powers, and it facilitated the rise of the 7 merchant princes. Its members now work tirelessly to prevent the Zentrum and other dubious factions from taking government positions or gaining undue influence here. The Utepkas also work covertly to eliminate threat from pirates.
I wonder if these is Glimmet telling us this?
Yeah.
I wonder if these would be interested in this red wizard of Thingy. If they are powerful, would they be coming here to potentially?
They may. They may also be interested in the information we have on Jobal.
Very true. So perhaps we could deal with them directly and see if we can. What would really is this? Sorry, is this the Kwayothi? Is he or she the head of this people?
Glimmet does not know, and neither does the man you are
He
with.
is the merchant prince in charge of fruit and alcohol. It does not sound like she would be.
I just go to Quethe because it is his laws that I have broken in buying and using the monkey fruit. Sorry?
Quoth looks female in her picture.
Sorry. Quethe is definitely female. I apologise.
So would it have been her who called upon this group to give him the coin? Or would just this group have found out about it themselves independently?
Well,
Let go with him and talk to her with him. As you say, he's another inroad to one of the merchants. But we do need to talk to Akanga. Find out what's going on with Syndra.
Glimmet, there is some more information you know about the Tapka Society, Glimmet. Although, are you happy for me just saying this openly? Because I imagine just for speed.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me know if you'd rather me keep information just to yourself, and I will do so. But you also know then that the society's judge, when the society judges someone that has damaged the social fabric of Chult or is on the verge of committing a great wrong, it presents a warning by anonymously delivering an iron token bearing the likeness of a Triceratops, and that is the coin that he's got, the man. It is up to the marked individual to figure out the meaning of the token and take steps to correct the offending behaviour or try and undo the damage. So essentially this man has received this and has taken it upon himself to go to the merchant prince for fruit to try and atone for his sins, in effect.
Right, got you.
Unfortunately, you'll know that the society has been criticised because of its secretiveness, and not many people understand what the iron tokens signify, and there's quite a lot of misinformation that flies around about the Yatepkas. Because they're quite a secretive organisation, sometimes people get the coin and don't really know what they've done wrong or whatever, and there's general confusion about it.
So they need a good PR person.
But it sounds like this gentleman is doing what they're expecting him to do.
Well, maybe they did something else, and then this is what they were talking about.
Might not be, but it's still an inroad to another one of the merchant princes.
I think we go speak with him and this Quayathi. It sounds like he knows this monkey. I believe somebody said this monkey fruit was forbidden. So if he's been using this, that could be something to upset them. If he destroys his fruit, gets rid of it, that may be a good step, but also atones himself in front of Quayathi.
Anyone discovered a monkey fruit, or even in selling it, distributing it, could face a death penalty.
Death penalty? Well, it's a good thing none of us seen any of this fruit.
Should I know why that monkey fruit is such a bad thing?
You wouldn't necessarily know. It's more about the drug. I can say about harmful. It has harmful side effects, basically, as the.
Maybe we could get some and then you try it out, see what it does.
We would risk execution if we did
I
that.
was just joking.
Well, make your jokes funny next time.
Well, I think Warblin laughed. It's hard to tell.
Omal will say to you, Warbling, it can lead to madness. It is a scourge upon the society here at Chult. Some people fall to madness from becoming addicted to the euphoric properties of it. They dance the whole night. It's supposed to be wonderful.
And why were you using it as a dye?
It was it was the only way I could get the colour that I wanted. The pigments in it, you see, they don't occur in anything else. To get the shade I want, there was a merchant asking a lot of money for it.
What pigment would that be? Could you describe it?
A purple colour. The colour of kings.
Come, we will speak with Quayoth.
Yeah, let's get this over so we can get on to the more important things. Like, what's the other important thing? The Red Wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, so after a short while you are ushered into Quayothe's room. You will see the very female Quayothe. Absolutely nothing masculine about her. She is flanked on either side by two outrageously, almost supernaturally beautiful people, one female and one male. It's hard actually to even look at Quayothe because of the beauty of these individuals standing at her flanks. Omal will recite his sins to Quayothe, who scowls angrily towards him.
Well, I'll be waiting to hear what before we jump in, I think. Because if she's not going to give any major punishment, we don't need to do anything.
Oh my god, I've lost my page. I'm sorry, one second.
It's okay.
Pick it up off the floor.
We've got that down as Xanthi, that picture. No, but Google Docs. Oh, you've said that there.
I'm looking for my images. No, my notes. Where's my notes?
And he recounts his tale and basically says what he said to you, that he's very sorry. It was an error of judgment. He's been law-abiding throughout his entire life up until now. At the end of this, Quayothe looks to you, and I presume you have come to support this man's claim. How do you? What do you think? Do you think this man is telling the truth, and why have you come to support him?
We can put him to the lie detector if you wish. I have a gadget here. If you wish to believe he says the truth, I can vouch for his truthfulness and prove to you that he speaks the truth.
I do believe he is speaking the truth. He does look repentant, so I believe I will. Well, make me the persuade roll if you wish, Lionel. See if we can get another natural 20.
No, but 17.
Normally, I would just sentence this man to the executioner's run. However, seeing as you are willing to risk your necks for him, I think I will give you an opportunity to demonstrate how strongly you believe this man should be treated leniently. I offer you a task. If you kill a man named Shago, he is a man who works as a guide out of Fort Balurian. If you kill this man within the next 7 days with no questions asked and speak of this deed to nobody, I will let Omal go. If you fail in this task, I will sentence him to the executioner's run, where he will no doubt die on the 11th day.
Do you think I am an assassin?
I thought that was the other girl's, the other person's job.
I am
How
not
much
a
you-
murderer.
I presume nothing. I simply offer you my terms.
Well,
These
if you,
terms are not fair.
if you could possibly sweeten the deal, we might consider it.
You would wish additional payment. You is my Is my leniency not enough to this man?
But you say you believe him and his, so why sentence someone to death?
Because the man has committed a crime.
What crime is this he has committed?
She pauses for a moment and in sort of nods. It almost appears like she's discussing something with somebody in her mind. Well, as I say, he has committed a crime. He has admitted that he is guilty, and I am offering you a chance to give him his freedom. He might survive the executioner's run. His fate will be with the
He
gods.
never had to come here in the first place. He, of his own free choice, came to you.
Then his
Because
fate would have
once
been
he realised that he had done wrong.
his fate
Could you
would.
not just send people to his house to ensure all of this monkey fruit is destroyed and removed? And perhaps a check every now and then that he is not dealing with it anymore.
I am being lenient at the time. The punishment should be death for this. I have taken into consideration that he has come here of his own free will to confess his sin. The executioner's run is not a certain death penalty. He may, with the will of the gods, survive it, and also I think you are perhaps more than capable of killing Shago.
So you were just swapping one death with another. So you have not changed the sentence at all. You have not been lenient to anyone.
She shrugs a little, as if she doesn't. She perhaps hasn't got a response for you, but is not bothered so much about what you are saying. And she turns to Warblin, who seemed eager to help. I will be able to offer a small reward to cover your expenses and inconvenience if you wish to take this task, Warblin. Or big guy.
Well, I would obviously. I wouldn't do it alone. I need to have the others with me.
Well,
Are we in a place where sort of they can, probably in like a large hall or something. If there's anywhere that I could take the others aside to discuss it with them.
you could perhaps stand towards the back of the chamber if you wish, Shubi.
Right. If you'll come with me, if they'll come with me, I'll sort of say, listen, we'll go there, we'll investigate. If this man seems to be someone who needs to die, we'll kill him. If not, this guy is dead anyway.
But isn't there a merchant prince responsible for assassination? And he isn't her, gesturing back towards the one we've just been talking to.
Well,
It's not stepping on his toes?
does that mean he's the only one who can do it, or does it mean that it's just his? I don't know. Well, she's not going to answer any of our questions. That's sort of implied with the no questions asked thing. But we could try to figure it out ourselves.
Do not feel comfortable doing jobs like this.
I know that murder is illegal in Port Nyanza. He told us much in the first few days when we arrived.
You can't just walk into the camp of the fort of the Flaming Fist and murder someone. Expect
We don't
to walk
have
out.
to. We don't have to.
That's why I think we shouldn't.
Outside of Port Nyanza, anything goes, but that would be under the law of the Flaming Fist.
Life is still sacred. We shouldn't just dispatch with it.
Oh, Don't be
Just,
such a
with-
hypocrite. How many of you count you killed?
Each one has tried to kill me.
No, you don't.
If this man that tries to kill me, then fine. He has what's coming to him.
I've seen
what-
your killing.
What is to say that this Shagar, if that was his name, is not more worthy than the die maker, or vice versa?
We're not assassins for hire.
Did she say something about 11 days?
It wasn't long, was it? Was it 7?
She said if the deal was for you to kill Shago in 10 days' time. If it hadn't been done on the 11th, she would sentence Amal to the executioner's run.
Listen, what we had
How long would it take us to get to Fort Belair, Stone Winchester?
Not that long with your trusty guide.
when we headed there anyway?
We've got a few options, haven't we?
Yeah, but we did have business to do that. I mean, we could just go there, investigate, and we don't really have to kill anyone.
I agree with Warbler.
You agree with what? Sorry?
With Warbler. I mean, either way, he is being sentenced to the executioner's run. If we fail, presumably.
So why should
If,
we cannot be doing something like this.
I think we should discuss it with Wakanga. I'm something about it does not sit right with me either.
nor I,
Too
but
shady.
I think for now, if we agree, and then we can spend our time deciding what to do. It's,
This gentleman, has he a family here? Can he not move himself to somewhere like Fort Valerian? Live there?
Amal. Well, you will be shown out if you've nothing else to say. As far as Coyote's concerned, she has given her ruling, and it's basically just a ticking clock whether you accept or reject it. So outside, unless there's anything you want to say to her before you leave, Amal will turn to you and say, thank you for helping to going with me. I'm sure she was more lenient than she would have been otherwise. I fear I would have just been sentenced straight for the executioner's run anyway. If there's anything I can do, I will give you my life savings if you kill this man.
Could
That
I-
sounds good.
On the way out, say to, what's her name?
Correct.
Kuwaiti, just how does Jessamine feel about you ordering the assassination of another person?
As I said, the deal will only stand if there are no questions asked, and one of those questions is that one I do not wish asked or answered.
Well, perhaps we won't ask the questions of you then. There are others that can answer.
Do as you will. But remember, this man's life is in your hands, Paladin. It will be upon your conscience should he die in the executioner's run.
I know exactly who'll be responsible if he dies.
Amal looks sheepish, and he will give you his address to his house. If you do this, be sure to visit me. I will give you anything that I own to escape the executioner's run. I would not survive the velociraptors. Nobody gets out of that pit.
It's yet to be seen.
You're going to do a Jurassic World thing.
Do you have ties in Port Nyanzaru?
I do have a wife and child here,
And
and my business.
would you
you
not feel safer if you moved, or is that not possible for you?
flee here. But
Perhaps to Fort Valerian itself.
this is my home. She would find me in Fort Valerian. I would need to move further if I were to escape her. Do you think this is a better option? I would not wish it, though. My family, my child, I would lose everything, my business.
If you could get to Faerun, I have family and business there that would perhaps be able to look after you and your family.
Perhaps you could at least see what this man is. Koethe would not want him dead if he was a good man. Surely Shago is a criminal, and you would an
But
evil man.
how quickly she was to call upon your death, I can't see that she cares whether they are good or bad. It could be just somebody who's in her way.
But they are the rulership here, Len.
That they are.
Let's talk to Wakanga about it. He may know more.
True. We dally here too long.
Omal sort of reverently, almost sort of bowing towards you as he backs off and heads back home, looking worried. And you will. I'm sorry, you were going to say
Can I
something?
tell him to, yeah, I was just saying, to live as normal, but perhaps find passage out of here to Faerun, to Baldur's Gate,
I could not
if he
afford.
hasn't heard from us in 10 days or something. Or so if we haven't done this task and to leave.
Perhaps I would need money for the passage for my wife and child, and would you be able to lend me the money? Perhaps I would pay you back.
How much money does it cost to get to Faerun?
And I would need some money to live, also to. I don't know. Let's have a look.
Well, once you were there, like I say, seek out my family. I'll describe where to go. Or one of my Fae people will actually. One of my Fae compatriots will just alert my family anyway.
You. Well, very well. I shall wait to see if you kill this Shago, and if not, I will use the money you will lend me to get passage to Baldur's Gate.
Very well. Be well, or some greeting that's given. Live long and prosper.
Or, don't.
Live about 10 days and get eaten by a dinosaur. So
It's
you.
alright. If we sneak Jade in as one of the raptors that eats them, then it might be alright.
Yeah, at least that way we can command one of the raptors to eat him.
Make it swift.
We need to speak to Wakanga about it. We need to speak to Wakanga and Chandra about a lot of.
Okay, here is Wakanga's villa, and recognising you, the guards will let you inside. And you will be escorted to the bathhouse, which is there, and you will find the Wakanga is sitting in the bath as you enter. Well met, my friends. I am glad to see you back, and look at you looking so healthy and well. Please come, get in and tell me how your quest is progressing.
Damn it. Could have had a free bath.
We've already had baths for today.
Surely in the seats you can never have too many baths. Please,
Get in.
set your belongings aside and relax with me.
I will do as he asks. Is anyone else?
Here he is. He still has his hat on, but is otherwise quite not very well attired. So, do you recount your exploits to him? Do you leave any bits out? What do you say?
Are we trusting him and saying everything we can?
We might
Okay.
detail where Limit possibly attacked the Red Wizard.
What?
I'm not sure if that actually happened.
Limit attack the Red Wizard?
No,
Well, the Red Wizard certainly took the first action. He attempted
He was
to
starting to
glamour
cast a spell, wasn't he?
Sana, first of all.
The Red Wizards are a wily lot. I have had a report about this man in custody. I will look into it further. I am wary, though, of dealing too harshly with the man, for the Red Wizards are powerful and their reach is far.
He said his mentor had a base in the heart of Obteo. I am very interested in finding out where this place is.
The heart of Obteo. It is believed to be a legendary temple to Obteo. It is held aloft in the sky by his
Loft.
divine might. It is believed to be his heart, the heart of the earth. It beats with his power.
Floating aloft.
Yes.
Would it be... I can't remember the name of the area.
Aldani Basin.
Yeah, would it be visible from Aldani Basin?
I do not know. Do not know its whereabouts. I just know it is a floating heart, the heart of Obteo, a great structure, great of large divine importance.
Sana gets all upbeat and the fact that we might have actually seen the place. Then it is terrible if one of these wizards has taken to using this place as a base of operations.
It would be desecration for one of those liches to possess the heart of Obteo.
We heard tell that Sandril was here. We have news for her in our investigations. The lost city of Omu is probably, we have been told, where Razni is, and it is almost certain he is, at least in part, behind the death.
This news does not surprise me. Razni has been behind many of the ills that has befallen Chult. It would not be surprising that if the death curse is somehow linked to Chult, that he is somehow involved, it means.
But we also know where to look, so we'll have to make plans to look between the Valley of Lost Honor and the Peaks of Flame for the Lost City.
You say it is there. This is... and where did you come across this knowledge? I would most interested.
The Naga
The Naga.
She told her.
He sucks his breath. Then
Shejin and Baza.
if she says it is there, then I would be inclined to believe her. This is
Gesturing at Lionel Carey, Lionel Climmet and self. Anna points out we have committed her that we will deal with her as Nee.
finding Omo would be a splendid, magnificent achievement. Nobody has looked upon it for centuries. Nobody knows where it is. You would be famous for finding such a lost city as that. No doubt it is full of treasures beyond your wildest dreams.
Razni is there, that's the only thing I am concerned.
He nods, very honourable. And yes, Indra is here. She rests in her bed. She is very unwell. The clerics say she has weeks, maybe months to live. You may see her if you wish.
Soon, but I think we have other things to speak of. We found a number of items that do not appear to be of use to us, and
Really?
as you're the merchant prince responsible for the arcane, it would be best to give you first refusal on them.
He leans forward excitedly. I would be willing to trade or purchase any magical items that you have found.
Look to the others for agreement, and if nobody disagrees, I'll take out the 2 potions. And well, some of these we may find useful for, but certainly the potion of mind reading and the scroll of protection from fiends. Take out of the backpack, put on the table.
Well, I don't know, wouldn't the potion of mind reading, that seems, well, maybe someone else's spell, I don't know. But that kind of seems like a useful thing, doesn't
I
it?
know, but it has been sat and nobody has even thought about using it. I mean, Glimmet would be the most expert one on this.
I think we should sell it. I think we should offer the bag as well of tricks.
Hey,
Oh, I don't have that.
idea.
If we could, well, maybe whoever it was that we just had an audience with who didn't want to tell us anything about the assassination mission.
Oh, were we talking to Wakanga about that now as well?
No,
could.
but it was just maybe we could use the potion of mind reading or something to get extra information out of.
Just reading. It's essentially the detect thoughts spell. Lets you read their surface thought, but there is a saving throw.
Well, I need to buy some spells anyway. Perhaps Wakanga could sell some that I could learn to.
It is only level 2.
And Lionel knows Zone of Truth as well.
I do.
Well,
I think the resources we could get from this could be more useful.
Yeah, I think sell it. It's only a one-off, isn't it? So
while Lukanga only sells 2nd level spell scrolls, he is actually a high level, very high level spellcaster. So he can teach you things from his book, can he not?
If he's willing to, he wasn't last time.
Yeah.
we've brought him stuff this time and information and done stuff for him, so he probably is more lenient towards us.
He just met you last
Willing
time.
to.
You can, yeah.
So we'll leave the scroll and the potion of mind reading. I'm suggesting we keep hold of the potion of heroism and obviously the potion of superior healing that I've still got, which is what we bought.
What's the potion
From-
of heroism do? Because I've got heroism as a
For
spell.
an
but-
hour after drinking, you gain 10 temporary hit points that last for that hour. For the same duration, you are under the effect of the blessed spell. No concentration required.
An hour?
It's really good.
That's completely different to my heroism spell, that. So it's nothing to do with heroism as the spell.
And it's 10 temporary hit points and an hour-long bless.
I can do bless as well, but not for an hour.
So yeah, so
It doesn't go away if you lose concentration.
But is it? Can you only drink once from it? Just out
yeah,
of
it's a
interest?
one-use potion.
How much can we get for it?
Oh, we'll ask. Okay, we'll ask Wakanga. I'll
Oh,
show him all the bits.
The potion's 300 and the spell, what level's the spell? Roll?
I don't think it
2.
has a level. It's got
Oh, I thought-
rarity rare.
Oh,
Scroll of protection from fiends.
in which case, for the 2, he will give you 850 gold pieces.
And the potion of heroism as well.
Another 300 gold pieces. So that was 3 items.
Well, we either keep the potion of heroism or we get the funds for it.
The potions are 300 gold each, basically.
I think we should keep the potion of heroism.
Okay, so we'll get rid of the scroll and the potion of mind reading.
What about the bag of tricks?
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about it. It's not on my list.
Who's got the bag of tricks?
I do.
Okay.
Bless only gives plus D4 to your attack roll and saving throw. I don't know, is that worth it for one person?
10 temporary hit points, I think, as well on top of that. Does last for an hour. Could
But
be a
what's the
potential
temporary
game changer.
But if you take a hit, that's gone, the temporary hit points, haven't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. You just see three. Oh.
I'll give you 500 gold pieces for the bag of tricks, and I give you a good price because I mean to help you in your task, in the hope that perhaps you will share some of your knowledge when you find Omu.
That seems fair. What do you charge to teach spells?
For you, seeing as you are going to assist my friend, and if you are willing to share some of the things that you learned from your expedition, I will do it at a reasonable price. I'm trying to work out what a reasonable price is. He'll do what's
In the spirit of cooperation, if you ever find yourself in the ruined city of Orlungu, when you reach the pyramid, if you wish to ascend, pay attention to that which gathers at the bottom of each set.
looks at you thoughtfully and nods. Thank you for that information.
Do we tell him about Nanu Poo Poo?
I think we should have done, did we not?
What was his thoughts on her or knowledge on her?
I've heard rumours of her. She is a most belligerent creature who would be best served to be struck down. I will.
Do you know any good way of striking her down?
You very nearly did it last time. Use magic missile and not whatever spell limit used at the end. He doesn't say that.
Your tale was most detailed. If I could analyze the tactics, I would say the mistake was.
Sorry, Glenn, you weren't to know, but I didn't mean to start picking on you. But
Also warn him that we believe we may have seen, one of our party may have seen her within the walls of Port Nyanzaru just earlier today. We lost sight of her.
I have many servants within the city. I will comb it, and for her presence, I do not wish that creature in these walls. We must remain vigilant against her.
Let us know if anyone does sight her.
I
wish
shall.
to be
Before
there
we-
when she dies.
Before we continue with any other news, what is the political situation like between yourself and the other merchants?
It depends which one. We have our differences, and sometimes we get along better with some than others. Who is it
Well,
you...
when we were here originally, we did hear the tale of Jabal and how he came about to get his position.
Jabal, he is a rogue.
Well, we may have stumbled upon the site of his fortune and encountered the remnants of his prior allies.
Hmm.
They were certainly not the quiet dead.
I see. We have long suspected that he killed the party he was meant to guard. I take it this is the case.
It seemed that they were subject to some violence that prevented them turning. The
So-
ghost of one of them was most vehement in her protestations of Jobal's betrayal.
Jabal is a powerful man and has many allies here. However, he also has many enemies. He is widely regarded as a lowlife who has bought his position here rather than gained it through merit. We would be very interested if you could prove these events.
Well, Lionel retrieved the remains and had them consecrated in the temple. Glimmet seemed to
And
claim that clerics can talk to the dead.
yes, they're very wise. They can. Where are these remains now?
Lionel?
Ah, you have cremated them. I see.
Gaz, you there?
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Yeah. I was
Sorry.
asking what was happened to the remains.
Oh, sorry. They are currently within the Temple of or House of Helm. Sorry.
I see. It is. We will. I will send somebody there immediately and see if we can divine their fate, and we shall find proof of what you say.
Do we have any of their like clothes that as well with us that were
Been in
ripped
the
and bloodied?
jungle for a couple of years, and I think they're all rotted
Oh,
away.
is it? Yeah. Yep.
And one other, what is your relationship like with, what was the name of the one we were just talking to, Quethi?
Quithy. She is an interesting character. She grew up here on the streets of Port Anzaru and has worked her way up into her position of power. Not always honestly, quite frequently through fear, but she has gained a position of power here, and one that we can't deny, which is why she sits upon the council. We cannot ignore her. She does seek to have, just seem to have the best intentions towards the people of Chult, though it is no secret that she despises the Chultan royalty, the old Chultan nobility and royal families of Port Anzaru. Xanthi, who is a old noblewoman of royal lineage. She has royal blood of the old old Chiltons. She is despised by Queothe.
No love lost between them.
Well, Xanthi is a pragmatic woman. She has not risen to the challenge. She is an honourable woman. I like Xanthi. I count
Does
her as a friend.
Queothe have anything against Jessamine?
Jessamine,
Would she
They-
be eager to usurp their power?
I think they would always be eager to usurp the power, but they are not in open conflict. They have had disagreements, but also work together in other matters. That is a difficult and complicated relationship, but they are not openly enemies.
At this point, Santa turns to Warblin. Should we ask by name at this point?
What do we have to lose?
I know she said not to ask the question, but indeed. And basically nods to Warblin to ask.
What exactly?
Does
Yeah,
he
but
know anything about the individual she has asked?
yeah, what was his name?
It's in the
Shago.
chat.
Joe
Shago.
Shago. Yes. Would you know anything about an individual called Shago?
Of course, Shago. He is the son of Xanthi, her heir. He doesn't appear to bothered about the position at the moment. He likes the jungles of Chult. He works as a guide from Fort Balurian, wanting to prove himself away from his mother's guidance.
Well. And would anyone have any reason to wish to murder this young man?
Shago. And not that I know of. He is a humble man who likes the jungles of Chult, and has always been pleasant in my dealings with him.
Shall we come entirely clean with?
I think so.
Let's say that a certain merchant prince had offered us to spare the life of a certain person for in exchange for assassinating Shago.
Okay, Kanga sort of laughs. Very clever, Queothe. I see. Well, Xanthi is an elderly woman, and the Shago being her heir, she has a hatred of the royal blood. She blames the royal families for a lot of the fate of Chult, which is not warranted in my opinion. It is not their fault, and I see he seeks to extinguish her line by killing Shago.
We did not mention any names.
You didn't?
Good.
I
Let's
certainly think going ahead with
You
that
didn't
would
say
be foolish.
Queothe, yeah.
But yeah, I think the line of questioning, he wasn't. I don't think he would have been taken a genius for him to jump to that conclusion. But yeah, we didn't lead him to that conclusion. We asked about one person, we asked about another person, we asked about a third. He drew the line himself.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I certainly think that we would be foolish to go through with this. But what about the poor innocent man caught in the middle?
Kanga will shrug. The sale of monkey fruit is Quaitha's domain, and it is up to her how she governs her domain, her area.
Oh, I had a Wakanga. I'm right in thinking that your power does not extend beyond Port Nyanzaru, correct?
This is correct.
So, Woblin, she said Shago is at Fort Belisarion.
Indeed.
Oh, sorry, Fort Beluarian.
Whatever it's called.
If we could convince him to return to Nyanzaru, she wouldn't be able to have him assassinated without going up against Jessamine.
That would be very clever.
Indeed.
It's like a game of chess.
So all we need to do is convince him to return home to visit his elderly mother. Still doesn't help the innocent man, but we can think about that.
And oh my god, I've just looked at the time. So I'm gonna draw the curtain down on that. The screen will go blank, and dun dun dun. You'll be able to give that some thought for next week.
Yeah.
That was.
But what's the Atepka got to do with that? Or is she just taking advantage of that?
Are you asking Wakanga this? Or?
No, I'm just thinking out loud. You just pulled the curtain down.
True, yes, I had to pull the curtain down. It's gone black, he's not there anymore.
We'll have to ask him that. Remember to ask him that next week, guys. We need to make notes.
About what? What was your question, sorry?
Just wondering what the Atepka have got to do with this, or if she has just used this as a golden opportunity.